Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. It refers to a group of lung diseases that cause airflow blockage and breathing-related problems. The shortness of breath can be very disabling for the 16 million Americans that suffer from COPD. In Healthwatch tonight, Shelley Botat tells us about a new procedure being offered at Aurora Baycare Medical Center that's helping sufferers breathe easier and giving them a new lease on life.
80-year-old Alfred Goki was diagnosed with COPD in 2003. He was sent home with oxygen, which became his constant companion.
Basically, that was it. I was just stuck to the house and carrying an oxygen bottle.
Shortness of breath affected his whole life, like playing with his grandchildren.
They'd always come around. I wouldn't get up and do anything with them. I couldn't play ball, couldn't move at all through the house. I couldn't do any chores.
Last October, Alfred heard about a new procedure to help those with COPD breathe easier. He found that Dr. Raul Mendoza Ayala, an interventional pulmonologist at Aurora Baycare Medical Center's Pulmonary Services, performed it.
I needed some relief. I was really bad off.
The procedure is called bronchoscopic lung volume reduction valve treatment for COPD.
This is a minimally invasive procedure that is designed to improve the lung function and the shortness of breath on patients with advanced emphysema or COPD.
Patients have to meet certain requirements, which Alfred did. Then his lungs were mapped with a CAT scan to find the damaged areas. Dr. Mendoza Ayala then uses a bronchoscope camera to deploy one or more endobronchial valves in the airways.
The valves are the size of a pencil eraser, just tiny, and then we block the airway, the bronchial tubes leading to that specific area of the lung,
which Dr. Mendoza Ayala says will improve the patient's ability to breathe.
The whole idea is to collapse that part of the lung that is not working, and therefore the air can go to other areas of the lung where it's going to be more useful. And also, as the lung shrinks in volume, the diaphragm muscles and other respiratory muscles can work much better,
improving the quality of life for patients.
Say 80% of them, they will experience relief on the shortness of breath.
3 months later, and Alfred says he can breathe normally.
I can do just normal tasks around the house.
Now Alfred rarely uses his oxygen and hopes to get off it completely. He believes the procedure extended his life.
I was going downhill. I knew I wouldn't last the winter.
He is looking forward to summer with his kids and grandkids.
Just be able to go out there and play some ball with them.
And enjoying life again with Kay, his wife of 61 years.
Be able to dance again.
Dr. Mendoza Ayala is the first doctor in Wisconsin to perform the procedure and has performed the most in the state. To learn more, you can call Aurora Baycare or email Healthwatch at aurorabaycare.com. And that's your Healthwatch. I'm Shelley Botat, Local 5 News.